At least 90,000 Russian troops are massed along the Ukrainian border. You can see the buildup here in these satellite images. That's raising alarms because in 2014, Russia invaded and annexed territory in the eastern part of Ukraine. Charlie Daggett has covered this story for years. This morning, he looks at how we got to this point.
Eastern Ukraine on full-flex military display and war footing. A very Russian-style ceremony yesterday packed with U.S. military hardware, with President Vladimir Zelensky thanking troops for protecting the territory and sovereignty of Ukraine. The fact is, they've been locked in a battle with Russia since 2014. That's when President Putin launched the illegal takeover of Crimea, deploying unmarked forces marching in with local militias. But Russia's rap sheet in Ukraine was just beginning. We were there on the front lines when so-called Russian separatists, backed by the Kremlin, invaded eastern Ukraine in what amounted to Putin's military takeover of the region. More than 14,000 people have been killed in fighting, and counting. The separatists are still there. But loading the gun again at the border with 90,000 troops, artillery, and tanks doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pull the trigger this time, says Russia analyst Jeff Hahn.
It's essentially a signal that Russia sees itself as a great power and demands to be taken seriously and treated as such, particularly by the United States. Putin wants to reiterate to the Biden administration what the stakes are.
And the stakes couldn't be higher. Putin has repeatedly made clear Ukraine is being used as a springboard against Russia, this week warning the West of not crossing any red lines over any idea of making Ukraine part of NATO.
Now, that troop buildup along the border is straight out of Putin's playbook. Whether a genuine threat or a bluff, it gives the Russian president exactly what he's aiming for ahead of this summit with President Biden: leverage. Gayle?
All right, Charlie Daggett reporting from London. We thank you.